What's the weirdest thing people get offended by? Someone just doing their job. No, you can't use that coupon, that's been expired since 1971. I can't believe how rude that cashier was. Asking people what they think, then getting upset when people tell them what they think. My dad used to always do this. I even started telling him that I didn't want to get into it because he always got upset. And he'd swear he wouldn't this time and insist. Then it would always end up with him becoming upset. Every time. I've watched too many dating shows where someone asks, "How old do you think I am?" and then gets offended by the response. Standing up for yourself within reason. People will forever get offended for no longer being able to take advantage of you. And they act like that's the weird part. Passing them in traffic. I recently got a car with cruise control and I was able to test a theory I always had. Do people actually go faster when I pass them, or do I unconsciously slow down? Now if I think someone is speeding up, I put on CC and keep the speed constant and watch people sail past me like their family's honor is on the line. Very true. They would sometimes speed up just to keep their pride. Others' tastes and interests, music, video games, movies, etc. You're not on your fourth rewatch of The Office yet? What an ignorant s. Edit. Wow, 2K likes and a silver. Thanks y'all. You all deserve a gold medal in Flonkerton and in my heart. As a metalhead I get this a lot. But you ain't seen nothing until you get metal elitists talking about other metal. I'm in the US South and I mammon sir pretty much every stranger I come across in the wild. It's just what I've grown up with and is meant as being respectful. We get a lot of tourists and occasionally I'll ma'am a woman and she'll flip thinking I'm calling her old, and if I sir some guy they'll think it's like a sarcastic challenge. On the flip side, any locals who you don't ma'am and sir will get offended. So I'm in a pickle every tourist season, living in constant fear of ma'ams and sirs. When you say no to what they asked from you. Asking was a formality. They were telling. It's like when your parents used to ask you to do chores, but it isn't like you have the option to say no. Can I have your kidneys? No. Arsehole. Quote. Hearing something in a different language. Seeing people flip out on someone else having a private conversation in another language always confused me. Why are you eavesdropping in the first place? Asking to be paid back. I lend you money, then suddenly I'm the when I ask for it back. Then they say, okay, I'll send 100 a month, and then never do it. And still have the balls to interact with you on social media as if nothing ever happened. ISTG. When I say I don't want children, it is my decision to make and people should accept that. The benign happiness of others. People enjoy X. I don't enjoy X. X shouldn't exist. X fans are stupid! Exclamation mark. Rar. This one for sure. I still get anxiety about telling people the stuff I'm interested in since I've had plenty of folks shut down my interests or make fun of me behind my back. Not a great time. Time to send death threats to 8-year-old Fortnite players. Food subreddits can be some of the salty subs on this site. People get so worked up over images of food, especially if that food item slightly deviates from their purest inner operation. Don't believe me? Make an English breakfast, but instead of normal toast use Texas toast. Also leave out the tomatoes. I guarantee you the comment section will be buttery drama. What? You don't mean you use cast iron for everything? People are downright militant when it comes to cast iron. When you get someone's dog's gender wrong, everyone keeps calling my black lab mix a boy. Good boy. Hey buddy, I don't care. But when I got a little fluffy white dog named Tinkles wrong at the park, a lady bit my head off. Tinkles is a boy. Alright, chill. How are you supposed to know if Tinkles is sweet or strong if you don't know their sex? Lol, people always my cat is a female because he's so pretty and it doesn't bother me in the least. It really does not matter. Way too often people take it personally when the rules apply to them. Example. Sometime back my mom was working in a clothing store. A woman comes in and asks to exchange some stuff. Cool. No problem. My mom asks to see her receipt. She shows it AAANNDDD. She bought the clothing 3 years ago. The return policy was 30 days. My mom was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You bought this too long ago. Our policy states yada yada." She freaking flipped, started yelling, calling her racist. The woman was black. My mom is white. Until she asked to speak to the manager. People, please. Almost 100% of the time you are not exempt from any rules. And that is not the fault of the person enforcing the rules. Be reasonable, and please do not blow up on retail workers. Edit. Well, lots of karma. Edit 2. Okay, whoa, I have an award. Thank you so much, Reddit. Being asked to wear a mask. It's crazy how many people will verbally a teenage host when she's just informing you of restaurant rules. If you give someone a compliment out of the ordinary, most people don't expect kindness and think you are being sarcastic. Sad to see that being nice is not expected by people. Disagreement. A different opinion is not hate nor confrontation. You take that back. The idea of wanting other people to have a better quality of life. The other day I said that I think flu shots should be free in the United States, and my dad, a healthcare provider, was outraged. I might as well have said, dismantle the military-industrial complex to fund a mandatory socialist healthcare scheme instead of, I feel like the U.S. could afford to give everyone a free flu shot who wanted one. Same with things like school lunches. It feels like now if you even raise the specter of something like that, there's someone foaming at the mouth about how you're a commie or a socialist. People who get pissy if you say, "No problem," when they thank you. Some dude, who I imagine must have a very fulfilling life, wrote a whole article about how rude it is to say, "No problem," instead of "You're welcome." Gay people? If you don't like them, just mind your own business. Like woman shrugging light skin tone. They think more about two men having sex than two men having sex. The simple solution: you don't like gay marriage? Then don't get one.